Yeah.
Listen to it for the love.
I'm gonna keep it real.
For the love.
I'm gonna keep it real. 3 out of 4 niggas at this table are washed. We wouldn't know what the dating game's like right now.
No, it's crazy out
That's
here
what
in
I'm
these
saying.
streets.
No. I know, it's crazy. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, but somebody gotta do it. So take one for the team.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a single man.
Gentlemen.
Guys,
Take that.
Take that.
Woo,
Take that.
Whoa. Chill.
You like it, he love it.
Chill.
What's good, YouTube?
The MD boys are back.
Yeah. So, would this technically be part 3? Or
This
is
would
it
be-
episode 2? I guess it's episode 2.
Technically, it's an episode 2. I don't even know how we're gonna release it yet. It could be part 3.
I mean,
We are kind of picking up where we left off.
yeah, pretty much.
Gave him a little bit of a teaser what we're going to talk about today. About to get into it. I'm ready.
Oh, I know you've been ready.
Hey.
Cause when I pulled up and you went in, I knew you was ready.
I've been ready for months. This has all been simmering under the surface. So,
All right, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, which is probably everyone.
Oh, for sure.
So, I had recently, when I was recording my own little, side project, I was sitting here speaking on our old podcast. Well, someone finally got around to watching that video, and they felt some type of way. So, I want to go ahead and let you go ahead and speak on how you felt.
You said someone finally got around to watching the video. It's not even that. So,
okay.
we recorded the podcast. And the moment, we all thought it went well. Now, I was the editor for that podcast, so I'm sitting back rewatching stuff. Things didn't go all as planned, but we'll get into that part later. But as I'm sitting there going through it and editing it, man, I'm just like, get to my part where I'm supposed to be talking, and I'm only talking for like 4 minutes before I'm getting cut off. So I'm just like, bro, like I didn't even get to get my piece off before I was interrupted.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. I definitely
is
see
what
this
it
one in
is.
the East. We're going to take LeBron down. We're going to end his streak.
All right, guys. Tyrus has to finish up his intro before I go into mine and start talking about this comment this dipshit made.
All right, man. Since you just want to interrupt in
No,
people's
my bad.
intros and stuff,
My
go
bad.
ahead.
My bad.
Since that's what we're doing.
My bad. No.
Go
These
these guys. These beige guys. You know what I mean?
Because I knew that. Wait. Because I knew that he was gonna. This is a conversation we're gonna still talk about. So I figured,
Yeah.
let's keep that in the tuck, and we'll still. Cause I gotta introduce
I hear
myself.
You, man. I hear you.
Nah. Keep introduce yourself.
we got you. Go ahead.
Good. Let's go.
4 minutes.
All right, probably a little bit less than 4 minutes.
I'm gonna say you got maybe a minute.
Might have been two.
Minute.
Two might be pushing it. Like
A minute.
I barely got to start talking before dudes started interrupting me, giving their side on what I just said. Like I barely even said anything. You already got something else to say. So I felt some type of way for sure. I'm just like I'm sitting here I'm supposed to be editing this, but I'm barely even talking. So I'm not just. Nah, this ain't cool. This ain't cool. I'm not doing this.
Oh, that's the light version of how you really felt. That's the light version. All right, hold on. So y'all know, he blasted me, and the only rebuttal that I had.
No. But
the only rebuttal.
But why did I blast you?
Because
you said what? Oh,
I remember
because you came out and said, "Oh, the whole reason why the old podcast fell off, and we didn't even get off the ground because our editor didn't even want to put anything out there. He never edited the film." I was like, no. I edited the film.
But you didn't want to put it out.
You didn't break because I couldn't say shit. I said nothing the whole podcast. I was like, I got a word in here and there, maybe a rebuttal, but no. Other than that, whenever I was trying to get my piece off, someone cut in and just interrupted me. I was like, okay. And I mean,
wait.
But
To make matters worse, you still have all the footage.
Oh yeah, I still got it all.
I wanted him to delete this footage.
I still got it all.
I keep telling him to delete this footage. He will not delete this footage.
I'm not going to get rid of it.
This is
I'm
this
not.
is it. Like, yo, if we ever do blow up, you know this is gonna be footage that people are gonna want to purchase because they're gonna want to
This
see.
is that haunting film. Honestly, I probably don't even want to.
I don't want nobody to see this.
I
That's
will-
why I told
alright.
you to delete it. What happens if somebody? All right, look, your Facebook already been hacked. Mine been hacked. We both been hacked.
You've
What
already-
happens if somebody steals this footage? This is like for a woman, them having their fucking like, you know how they do the little nudes and shit like that.
No, it ain't
This
even
is
like
like
that no
having
more.
my
This
nudes
ain't-
leaked, nigga. This is
Nah.
personal.
You can't even compare it to that no more because they already done flipped the script with OnlyFans. They out here paying, and they're giving their shit away for $6, $10, $12, $20. The stuff that back in high school when it got released, they were all detrimental, want to hide in the closet, don't want to come to school. Now they're giving it out to us. So no, it's not like that.
Let's keep it real. Simping been going on for a long time now.
True.
Y'all's generation, and I say y'all.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no, no, no.
whoa,
You still part of that
Whoa.
younger generation.
Whoa. 27. No,
Fuck,
no.
I forgot you asking an adult
27.
now.
27.
All right.
27.
All right, LJ's generation.
Yes, sir. There we go.
LJ's
There you go.
generation,
There you
they
go.
don't fuck the game up. They out here paying chicks and shit. Like,
Facts.
yo, when we was their age, that wasn't.
No. No.
What type? They got the game fucked up. I don't understand it. When you got porn for free,
Facts.
why are you paying to see a bitch that don't even look as good as the porn bitch?
True. But no, hold, no. Let me stop now because you done got me off topic. You look, you done forgot. No. The main reason. Why did you say that the podcast flopped?
Oh,
you
yeah,
put it
it's 'cause
all
you're
on
at
me.
it. No,
You put
hold
it
on.
me.
I did not put it all on you because if you really paid attention in that video, I went in on.
I know. I didn't know that's what he wanted.
Hold on. As soon as I heard that, between him doing that, I sent him right out the corner of his eyes. Just like, he lit up. He wanted to say,
I was like,
Okay, that's what. All right, let's get back to that. Another reason why the podcast that we started initially didn't work, and I gotta throw you out there also. You lied when you brought me into it. You told me, "Oh, it's just gonna be the three of us. 3 of us are gonna be in the podcast."
hold
Why-
on, wait,
why
wait,
when
wait,
we
wait,
get
wait,
there,
wait,
we
wait,
show up.
wait a minute.
How many people
wait
was
a
there,
minute.
Justin?
Wait a
How
minute.
many people was there?
Hold up, wait
How-
a minute.
How
There
many
was-
people was in the podcast?
There was 4.
Okay.
I'm not gonna deny that, but I never lied to you. You can't say I lied.
You promised me 3, and I show up and there was 4.
How come
Seems
it
like
was?
a lie to me.
How come it was 4 when I showed up too?
Okay.
You
Touche,
hold on.
touche,
If you're
touche.
gonna put it out there, we got to put out the whole truth.
Okay,
I didn't
okay.
know that this 4th person was gonna be included either.
Okay.
I was under the impression it was just you, me, and fake Joe Buttons. That's that. I mean, but if we gonna put it out there,
Fake
I'll put it
Jamie
all
for
the way
sure.
out there. I will take fault in that. I did tell him that it was just gonna be the 3 of us because that's what originally it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be me, you, and fake Joe.
And I feel with the 3 people, yeah, it would have been crowded, but I feel like
Nah,
we would have been able
it
to
would
make it
have
work.
been straight.
We would've been able to make it work.
You would have been alright.
Yeah, but adding 4 people. For one, we already had issues with trying to get everybody on the camera. We was recording at the dude's house. We had to keep on backing the daggone couch up to get everybody in frame. That was bad enough. And then we even forgot to mention the fact that we had to reshoot our first episode because of, like you were saying, actually, was it the tapping, man, or was it the phone? I can't remember.
It was the combination. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, between the fact that we had the microphone on the table, dude kept on smacking the table. Like, he talks with, like, he's a serial hand talker. Like, I mean,
It's his
He-
fault.
he-
But
he
him and
shared some
Katie
of
could
that.
have had that conversation. They could have had that conversation. Maybe they
There
did.
was no
having a
conversation
conversation.
with Russell Westbrook.
Man,
There's
look,
no
they
having that
were
conversation with
up
Russell
3-1. There's no reason why they cannot have an open conversation and say, "Yo, we fucked up. We did this at certain times at the end of these games that cost us the games because they were
But
up. They
the
were
writing
homeless."
was on the wall.
He could have. What I'm saying is, KD could have stuck around and tried to see if he can win. I don't blame him for leaving Russ because Russ he's just on another level. He's a special player, even though it's his fucking gift and his curse. You know, he's just 30 years from now. I'm gonna tell my kids, my grandkids, anybody could fucking hear me about fucking Russell Westbrook because he's just that fucking dope as a player.
And you know what else I'm gonna
I
tell
don't give
him?
a shit.
I'm gonna tell him that
But for the sake of the podcast, we're not gonna say his name.
No, we're
gonna
not
keep
gonna say
it
it.
to
We-
fake
we-
Joe.
what we gonna call the other person? The 4th wheel.
I don't know what to fucking call that motherfucker. Yo, you know that was the part where I was like, you know, I usually don't quit nothing.
Yeah.
I gave up. I was like, nope, I'm done.
And then
I seen the rating.
That's the other part that really kind of threw us both for a loop. We were just like, okay, he's providing the cameras, he's providing the mic, I'm providing the computer, I'm providing the time to do the editing. Like, what is everybody else throwing in? Like,
Well,
okay,
the other person. Hold on, we gonna put it out there. I was trying to help you with the editing.
Okay,
too.
yeah,
So we was.
But
we
I'm
was
not.
both doing
But that's not even where I was going.
I want my credit because I was coming up with the syllabus. I was coming up with the hard part.
That's what I'm saying. So we were coming up with a lot of the stuff. The other person, fake JB, provided the place to record.
Which, if we're gonna be honest, we could have recorded here.
Wasn't a huge deal, but I mean, at least
he still did his share.
Exactly.
He did his part.
He did his share. But the fourth wheel, remind you, the person that was never even supposed to be there came in and he decided that he wanted to be the moderator. So you wanted to take over and do the whole thing. Like,
but didn't want to do any of the work.
Of all the jobs to do, I feel like this is the one of the most important. And I don't feel, I didn't feel comfortable about it personally. I was more fine with you being the moderator, like getting the flow, because like when we started, what was one of the topics that he wanted us to talk about?
Album of the year.
Exactly.
And it wasn't even, the year wasn't even over.
No.
What was it, like August?
So
So
do we wanna jump into the J. Cole freestyle? Do we want to talk about that?
And make it all together.
Projecting.
That's why I
said
put
you
an
can't
asterisk.
But you can't have that album of the year talk at the middle of the year. Like,
Right.
It doesn't make
And
any
I
sense.
agree. And I agree with that.
Like,
That's
it's
why.
always good to
Might have been. It was right when J. Cole dropped. What was that album that he came out with?
I don't even remember at this point. But
It was a good album. It was a really good album.
But you remember the first thing I said about it.
Exactly. We said it was a good album, but you have to wait because it's not even. We're not even close to the end of the year yet. You still got this artist, and this artist who everybody knows is still going to drop something, but he wants to talk about dubbing it album of the year already. And I mean, you just don't do stuff like that. We wanted to keep a structure. He didn't want to do the structure. We had the meeting before we even started recording and said, this is what we're going to talk about, X, Y, Z. We're going to leave the album of the year talk for later. But no, he still did what he wanted to do. He came in hot with that album of the year talk.
Yo, I'm not even going to stunt. After that night, I had already told you it was a wrap for me.
Yeah.
I told Fake Joe, and Fake Joe begged me and begged me and begged me and begged me. And I was like, no, it's a wrap for me. I had to start making up rhymes and reasons for why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, we can go to... Fuck, what nickname are we going to give the fourth wheel? Well, I will just call it the fourth wheel.
Yeah, fourth wheel?
Yeah. And actually, he wasn't even good enough to be the fourth wheel. He was the fucking spare.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling that nigga the spare. Fuck it. So the spare finally wanted us to come to his grandparents' house. Because he lives with his grandparents. So I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on that.
No.
But
no
he
shade
wanted
thrown
us
there.
to come to his grandparents' house to record. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't go to someone's place and I haven't even met their peoples and feel comfortable with being me, because I can be, well, I'll let you say it. I'm gonna call myself an asshole, but you'll call me probably something more politically correct.
At least with JB, it was his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't really be ourselves there because, I mean, at least for me, because it was a new area. I'd never met him before. I met him through you.
Yeah.
So I was myself, but not really myself. But yeah, I feel what you're saying. Like going to someone else's house, and it's not even their house, it's their grandparents' house.
And you ain't never met him.
Yeah, plus like we were doing like a whole lot of cursing and stuff. So I feel some type of way and stuff. Like,
well, technically, you wasn't doing a lot of cussing.
Well, I wasn't doing
You
a lot of
wasn't
talking
doing a lot
anyway.
of talking
So
to me.
let's be honest, I wasn't doing a lot of talking. So yeah, I wasn't doing a lot of cursing, but still.
That wasn't even the part that ticked me off the most.
What part got you?
Well, after I tried to cut him off from the year or the album of the year talk when I tried to close out the podcast.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me close out the podcast, and then he closed out the podcast.
All right, well, I guess until next time, this is going to be For the Love. You know, check us out. Drop a comment, like our video, share our video.
Right.
And we appreciate all you guys. So
Right.
until next time.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, he
He
definitely was
bogarted.
overstepping.
The Spare bogarted his way into a role, which
He
I
did.
mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have cared about if he would have put in the work.
So
But that's
any-
a conversation for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about the
Absolutely,
balls
yeah,
later. I
yeah,
mean, that's why
yeah.
we didn't even get down there. Go down LeVar and the Ball Boys, and that's
You can't hate him though.
yeah,
Definitely
but
Nah.
pushing his brand.
he is.
yeah.
But I don't know. Anybody have anything else they want to get off their chest before we say peace out to the people?
No, not today. I mean,
I feel like we covered a lot today. Talked
We
about a
did.
bunch of different stuff. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Had to chop and edit a lot of shit.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a
That's
lot.
gonna get edited.
yeah,
to
it's gonna be able to do that.
death. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
If he'd have put in the work, I'd have been like, all right, go ahead. But they didn't want to do anything.
No. You forgot the other part too. They wanted us to teach them how to edit.
That's
they-
not
so
even.
they- so
that's
they
not
off-
even the worst part. I told you he was already trying to figure out how he could get paid.
Yeah, that was the other thing. That one threw me for a loop from the like before we
That
even
shit
press
blew
record.
me.
You talking about we're gonna make all this money. What are we gonna do with the money that we made? It's like money that we made. We don't even have a following yet. We haven't even. We just made a YouTube. We just made the YouTube a day ago. You already talking about making money? Like you already in it for the wrong reasons right now. Like
Wanted to make sure he got his split.
exactly. So they were.
I was like, you
could
gotta
already see it.
invest it back into the pod at
I
first.
can already see them start to calculate things like, we were recording at my space, and
So energy.
yeah,
Energy.
like electricity. Y'all did get thirsty. I did give you water. So, but yeah,
Yo, dead ass though. I'm not even gonna stunt. As far as like being a host, he is a great.
No,
host.
he is. But
He'll give you food and drinks and shit like that.
But
So I
just
can't
one-
stunt that out. Like all jokes aside, I gotta give credit where it's due. I
do.
can't completely hate, even though I can hate because he never asked us to bring the spare.
yeah,
It was like
He did it himself.
it was like we're going on a man trip and he shows up with a bitch.
true. You just don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't do it.
Oh, excuse my language. He shows up with another woman that we
Yeah,
don't know.
He didn't show up with a dog. He showed up with another woman.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Exactly. It's like, what? And I understood when you got mad at me about the whole, it was supposed to just be the three of us. Because honestly, when I had the vision, when I was sitting here making, I came to you, what? How long before?
It was a couple months or a month or at least a month before we even got to the point where we went over and we chilled with them to see if it was like a good vibe, if we were like could work well together. And honestly, we saw the flags there from the jump, but I guess we just said,
No,
what,
I thought.
it could go, it could work. We could find a way to make it work.
Nah, this is on me. I thought that I could make it work. I thought, fuck it. It was something that came out of the blue, but I feel like
Trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, I really felt like that. I felt like with the three of us, we'd be strong enough to carry the spare. I didn't think that the spare was going to be the one who tried to take over.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he
The
did.
one who brought nothing to the table was the one who felt the most entitled.
Yeah. But no, the thing that just got me was, though, that they wanted us to teach them how to edit. Like, for one, like, all right, I edit my stuff off of MacBook. Justin does his off of a PC, so we already have two different editing
Styles.
editing styles already. We literally just got done talking about this. But at the same time, like, I learned my way, he learned his way, and now these two new people, like, granted, I like the fact that they're trying to offer a way to help. But
That wasn't what it really was.
it was a little bit of a control thing, but at the same time, I don't know. Me personally, I took it as them saying, "Okay, well, we don't want to.
Nah.
We're trying to help out also, but it's not helping
See,
because now
I
have to take
didn't
my
do
time.
this in front of you, but you know how I get. You know how I'm
Yeah.
a straight shooter about some shit. I called fake JB out on that. I was like, I don't understand why you're trying to learn how to edit
Yeah,
if we're doing the editing. Well, I'm just saying in case y'all don't. I was like, no, what it really is that if this don't work out, you want to go and do your own thing. If that's the case, you need to learn the same way that we learned. We were self-taught.
exactly.
And he didn't like that. But like I said, at that point, it was after the whole. I still get pissed about this. Well, you know, when we start making money, there is no when we start making money. It's not when we start making money, because if you're in it to make the money, and the saddest part is the fucking podcast was called For the Love. Meaning we were doing it strictly. That's that's what the fuck it was though. It was for the love of money. It wasn't. There wasn't no. Oh well, you know we're gonna do this because we got a passion and we're trying to make fucking good entertainment, shit like that. No, it was strictly because
my man straight up thought that as soon as we dropped our first video, our first podcast,
he was just gonna make hundreds of dollars.
It was just gonna start falling out of nowhere. Like he didn't know what he was gonna do. He was like, okay, so what we gonna do when we start making this money?
The funniest part is he straight up tried to be JB.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. That's the crazy part.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he did try to be JB.
And then also the fact that nobody really came in with a following. I mean, you came in with a following. I was still trying to build my own shit up. I only had 22 followers.
It's not the fact of what you had.
I know,
it's
but I'm
fact
saying
that you were making content.
But
neither one of them were making content.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like we're basically at that time it was on both of us really. Like
more so on me than you.
Yeah.
Because I had people hitting me up wanting content. Which, you know, honestly, if it wouldn't have been for you and LJ bugging me about actually making shit, I wasn't going to make anything anymore. Good. If we're going to be honest.
Good.
If we're going to be honest and we're going to keep it all the way real, this job has been whipping my ass to the point where I don't even feel like making content.
Like I said, I've been waiting for another snow challenge. I still go back and watch that one every now and then.
See what crazy shit I'm gonna do next.
Looking at your crazy ass jumping off the damn second floor next to the damn picket fence. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with him? Like, you were literally like this far away from like getting your leg caught on the fence.
That's living.
Living with a fence through your leg is living.
No, I just like adrenaline rushes. I do some stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah, you was about to get a hell of an adrenaline rush right there.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I knocked myself unconscious?
You did what?
Alright, so it was when I was young as shit, dumb as shit. So I went and I flipped over a tennis ball net. I went to jump it, but I flipped it, and then I ended up waking up in the hospital. But there's a good story to it. I won the $10 because I technically still jumped over the tennis ball net, so they had to pay me my money when I came back the next day. Hey, let's keep it real. I do some wild shit.
Let that sink in for a minute. He just said he jumped over a tennis net for $10, woke up in the hospital, but it's all good because he still got paid.
The next day. It wasn't that day.
If anybody thinks that...
you know my mother, so you know what happened when I got out the hospital.
Oh, you got your ass whooped for it?
Oh, she tore me up.
Yeah.
She let me get in the shower and got me coming out the shower.
Ooh.
I swear I had a concussion.
Ooh.
And it wasn't from falling over that tennis ball in there.
Ooh.
That was back when she used to keep this little black keys bat. Beat the fuck out my ass.
Hey, but that's the problem with kids today. Not enough kids get their ass whooped.
See, I don't agree with that.
Why?
Because as someone that grew up in a home where this would be considered domestic violence,
okay.
the way that your wife and I grew up would not be allowed in this time and day. And I think that honestly that she went too far plenty of times, but because she was a single mother, I think it's looked at differently than it would be looked at now because it was different times. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate her for being as hard as she was because I wouldn't be who I am. But
exactly, that's exactly where I was about to go.
I'll never be the same way that she was with me with my kids. Never.
No, I mean
I'm completely different.
And I wouldn't be the same way with my kids that my parents were with me. But at the same time, now looking back on it now,
you were privileged. You were privileged.
My mother whooped my ass in the middle of middle school and sent me back to class. She beat me in the middle of the hall.
You forgetting my father was a teacher? You forgetting my grandmother beat me out on South Street in front of everybody with the fly swatter?
That's funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's funny as shit.
You forgetting my uncle beat me at the school?
I vividly remember my teacher poking her head out the hallway, looking to see what's going on because she could hear me crying and sees what's going on. Oh, okay. And then goes right back into class.
As a teacher now, hold on. As a teacher now, you wish more parents did that.
You damn right.
Oh, wait a minute. But weren't you just complaining because
No,
the teacher did
was I complaining? Yes, but did I say that I didn't value it? No, I do. I appreciate for what my mother did for me then, because like you said, it helped me become the person that I am today. Was I a lazy little asshole back in school? Maybe not as much of an asshole as you, but yeah, I was lazy as shit. I was literally to the point where I did my homework at home, and somewhere between the time I put my homework in my backpack and put my backpack in the locker, it fell out. It was literally in the bottom of my locker. I never turned in my work. I literally got my work done, but it never made it from my backpack to.
I'm gonna keep it real. It wasn't that I was lazy. I was just an asshole. But if you're getting beat in the morning before you go to school for what you're gonna do, and then when you get home you're getting beat because you did something, you getting beat twice a day, you're gonna be an asshole too.
Okay, touche.
I mean, that's why I say with
But that's what I'm saying though, because like
certain individuals,
kids now, you literally have kids that like, granted, to an extent, I talk back to my teachers. Was it to the way that they do it now? No freaking way. You literally got kids, no matter what grade they're in, kindergarten, first grade, for sure, middle school, high school, a little bit also. Well, yeah, a little bit more in high school, but I think
depending on who they're talking to.
But mainly in middle school, that are not scared to talk to. They talk to their teachers literally anyway.
But that's because they're getting it at home.
Because they have no care.
No. It's because
they have no fear
of the way that they're being raised at home.
Yeah.
You know that they're being raised at home with that, oh, you can do whatever you want, Johnny.
Exactly. Shit. So, for one, kids today are I feel like every generation says this, but comparing from when I grew up to now, kids today are way too soft. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Way too soft, and they get away with a lot more shit. Granted, they have a freaking computer in their pocket. Me, I don't think I got a phone until I was in like 5th, maybe 6th grade. Now you got 6th graders literally walking around with the latest iPhone.
Hold on. Phones wasn't even invented when I was. The phones didn't get invented. I was walking around with a pager in high school.
I'm sorry.
I'm just a lot older than you.
I'm sorry.
Feel my pain.
I'm sorry.
My internet used to go.
See, my pain was the whole prepaid phone where I had a certain amount of minutes, and then you get all pissed off when someone sends you one word of text. Okay, like, nigga, that just cost me half a fucking minute. Text more. Type more. Tell me something else. Ask me another freaking question.
I had a pager. And my mother, if she would page it, I had 15 minutes to get to a payphone, no matter where I was. Because if I didn't get there and call her within 15 minutes, do you know what was going to happen?
She was on your ass.
She was going to find me.
I
don't even know how. There was no GPS then. She was going to find me. And she was going to pull up. And when she pulled up, it didn't matter who was around.
But no, that day and age was the worst for me because I'm sitting here stuck with a prepaid phone. I got a bunch of other friends that got their data plans. They have 1,500 texts that they can send, so they have no care in the world. Yeah. They're sending them one word text all the time. I'm saying like, you just wasted half a minute for one word. I'm sitting over here in the middle of texting, typing you a whole freaking page and a half.
Because you're trying to get off everything.
I'm trying to get the most use out of my half a minute that I can at that time. And you just sent me 3 texts back to back, and they all have like one word or one sentence. I was like, bro, you wasting my time right now. I'm on a budget. My mom is not going to give me another card until next month. Like, I got to make these minutes last. If I'm going to be texting, we're going to text. Like, you write me some shit. Don't just give me no little one sentence or whatever. Like, it's too much.
See, y'all got it good. Y'all had it good.
We did, but...
you know what my first car was?
What?
It was this broken down ass Sunbird. The gas meter didn't work. I used to ride around with the fucking gasoline can in the joint because I'd always break down on the side of the road.
Damn, that's rough.
Because I never knew how much gas was in it. I would literally have to fill it every 2 to 3 days. Otherwise, I'd break down on the side of the road. And then, like, if I didn't have gas,
How many
I'd
times
have
did you
to
break
call
down?
up my friends to come. At least 4 to 5 times a month. At least. I remember my one lesbian friend, Amber, was the one who would come and save me the most. Like, it was real, nigga. Like, it was real. I mean, but it was a cheap ass car, though. Like, I mean, I got my usage out of it.
Yeah.
There was no AC.
Summers were brutal.
What? The only thing it did have was heat.
Hey.
But the windows were broken on it somewhat.
Ooh.
So, you know, like.
So your heat is not going to escape. Silver lining. You got to find the silver lining. Hey, you had those brutal summers, but at least you know in those winter months.
Do you. Alright,
in
so
those winter
when
months.
you started driving, what kind of windows did you have?
Like you really want to know?
Yeah.
The power windows.
You know what kind of windows I had when I started driving?
The crank-
cranks.
the cranks.
The crank and the
The
crank
cranks.
was broke. So it be yo, people don't even know the pain, the struggle. You get into your car, it's hot as hell. You done worked all day. It's like
Oh, no,
90
I know.
degrees at night.
I
It's
know.
like 90 degrees at night. You get in that bitch and you just, oh, maybe
Nah,
it'll
I
catch.
remember,
Maybe it'll
'cause,
catch.
my dad, he used to have a Nissan Maximum, and we had them little crank windows in there.
The worst.
I love that car though. That's actually the car I wanted to drive.
Really?
I loved it. Nice little tan Nissan Maximum.
Shit. Ah, man. I'll never forget. I didn't get my first car with that until
The Saturn?
2000. Nah, Saturn had the crank windows.
Did it?
Yeah. Had the crank windows.
Oh, it did. It does. It
Yeah,
does.
had the crank windows. It wasn't until about like 2000 and was it 7 or 8? Because it wasn't until the Chrysler,
What color was the Chrysler?
my great Chrysler, the one I had before the Buick.
yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
that was my first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, all the rest was crank windows.
that's my first out there.
That's your first with all the rest is crank.
No, that's my first like that I've ever driven really. Before that, I drove the Expedition.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the window, nigga. The window.
Well, no, I've had crank car. Like I didn't have it personally. Like, I had it
So
growing
you're
up.
saying like
The
as
first
far
car
as
that
your
I-
vehicle
yeah, my
that you
vehicle.
owned. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, touche. But I wish you felt that pain.
I mean, I felt it, but it wasn't painful really for me. I mean, it was annoying that I had to get in the car and
You
crank it
still
down.
got AC, right?
Yeah.
Wait till you. God, like it was. That was the worst of times, and it was the best of times. It was the worst of times because, like now looking back, I understand how down bad I was.
Mhm.
But back then, it was like I got a car, so
Exactly. You got
it
something.
didn't matter that
You
it
got
was
something
a
that can get
hoopty.
you from A to B.
It was a
Most
hoopty.
people they either taking the
It
bus
was
or
a hoopty.
waiting.
It was a hoopty. But I love that fucking hoopty. I take that motherfucker everywhere.
I mean, just like
Couldn't tell me
Bianca,
shit.
Bianca with Ugly Betty.
Ugh.
I used to get on her about that car, but hey, it was
Are we speaking on the same car?
that burgundy joint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one that Rodney gave her?
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh.
Old Ugly Betty.
Mm.
Betty was her name, and she got us from point A to point B.
That car was a fucking piece of shit.
It had the I think she said when they bought it, it had the Bible verse in the visor.
That doesn't surprise me.
Can't remember where she told me a story about how they got it. I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
Did that come after she wrecked the BMW? It came after that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? She had a fucking BMW
She told me about that, and she told me the story. I was like, "What the hell were you doing?"
racing with
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah.
Fucking dummies.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
For one, you lucky to be alive, and number two, you stupid.
Dumb.
You stupid.
You had a fucking nice ass
Yes.
BMW
You wrecked it.
and you wrecked it. Didn't deserve shit. That's why, but to be fair, I think that's why she's one of the few that can drive clutch. Because she knows how to respect the vehicle now that she's wrecked one.
True.
Because before then, you riding with her, you was testing your life.
Oh yeah.
She's still not the
No,
worst
I'm
driver.
about to say from time to time I still feel that pain. I still do feel like I'm testing. I told you about. I ain't gonna bash my wife right now, but she's not the best driver. I feel like I'm the better driver.
All right,
There was a
unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion. I know that I'm gonna get roasted, flamed, killed, whatever. I don't even care. I still say this. I even say this to my wife, everyone else. I feel like women do too much shit while they're driving, which makes us the superior drivers. If they would just focus on driving instead of doing 9 million things at the same damn time, they'd be all right. Some things they're being able to multitask is great, like on a job or being a supervisor when you got to multitask, do a bunch. Driving is not one of them. I swear, as someone who is a professional driver now, I mean, I've got that title 6 days a week, sometimes 7. Women are some of the main causes of accidents, and it's not because you're a woman, it's because you don't fucking pay attention. Just pay attention. Don't be on your phone. That text can wait. That fucking
That's why I ride with
that
Do Not Disturb.
Snapchat can wait. I almost got hit the other day by a woman fucking swerving into my lane.
Had to take that selfie. She looked good behind the wheel. She had to get that selfie.
That selfie almost took my. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. I was in the work truck. You know, it's got like thick ass rubber like that.
Yeah.
Even if we would have hit, I would have been fine. She was gonna be donezo.
Yo.
And it was her fault. She was literally, this was her. And she literally, like, mind you, I drive on this side of the road anyways. She was literally like this on my side of the road. I'm over here in the mailbox. She's coming barreling down the street like this, and at the last second, snatches back over.
It's a rear view mirror, not a makeup mirror.
I don't even think it was makeup. I think she was
No,
on
I'm
like
just saying
Snapchat or something.
that's one of those things I see a lot. Using the rear view mirror as a makeup mirror.
Well,
Like, if it's that important, like you got to make more time.
I will give my wife this. She doesn't do that. She's just a bad driver in general.
Mine has done that before.
She's got a lead foot, and it scares me.
We went to go make a U-turn on a bridge.
Oh,
I mean, you know the distance on a bridge. Like, I mean, all bridges are basically.
You're gonna have the 3-point.
You go up. No. We're on the highway. We had to turn them back around. We go up the bridge. She makes the left, and the other left to go back down the way that we just came.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know that distance is
the
probably.
Boonesboro area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that distance from one end of the bridge from coming up and going down the other end. For whatever reason, she decided to look at herself in the mirror to fix her eyelashes or makeup or something like that. And I'm literally just sitting there. I'm sitting here like this. Okay, she knows that our turn's coming up, but she's not slowing down. I just go, you do know you have to turn right here. Yeah, and this turns. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm leaning, I hit the window, the dog's in the back seat, hits the door. I was like, what are you doing? Like, that was your fault. My fault? I'm not driving. That was your fault. Okay.
So
I just learned to let it go. I took it as my fault.
I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if I told you about the time she made me piss myself.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Oh, God.
We're sitting at the light over by the Keys Stadium. You know, the one that turned like. Oh no, we weren't even sitting. Sorry, I'm telling the story incorrectly. We're coming up to the light. You know, the light where you can turn left to go to Wally's,
Yeah.
Wally World, Walmart, you know, whatever. Mind you, the light is, it's green, but it's not, you don't got the turn signal. So that means you got to yield to the oncoming traffic. She's in my car, my Buick.
Oh,
I'm the passenger.
I can see
It was
this.
one of those rare days where I was like, okay, I'll let you drive. I'm tired. I done drove 60 miles. Well, actually, it's probably more than that day. For me to let her drive, it was probably closer to 80 miles I had driven that day. Or driven. So it's me. It's her. She's driving, and Kira's in the back. Kira's on my side. We're both over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she turns and just stops as the car is coming this way. Luckily, the car turned right. Because she just stopped in the middle of the fucking road.
I pissed myself too.
And I pissed myself.
I
I thought it was all over and there was nothing I could do to save my child.
I'm not blaming you.
I had no
That's a
control
scary
at that
situation.
point because she had froze up.
That's a scary situation.
And I mean, I'm not saying this to be mean because I love my wife, but when it comes to pressure situations, she's no good in them.
I'm glad you said pressure situations because I was actually asking my wife this the other day. So I had a question. So I mean, we both travel a lot, go to different states. You know, you cross bridges every now and then.
Yeah.
I have a scenario for you. You're in the car, you're driving. It's important. Let me go ahead and say it. You have a pocket knife. You're the one with the pocket knife. You're going across a bridge with your family in the car.
Where am I sitting with this pocket knife? That's all
driving.
important.
You're driving.
Okay, so I'm driving and I got the pocket knife.
Yeah, you're driving the car. You had the pocket knife in your pocket or wherever it is. You keep your knife with you. I keep mine either in my pocket or.
I have multiple.
Okay, true.
I have
Sure.
multiple.
I
I have one.
I've had situations like that. I had one in
that
my glove
sits
compartment.
underneath the thing, and then one that sits right there.
Got you. Okay, but back
For
to
access.
So driving across the bridge, you have your family in the car, and for whatever reason, something happens, and your car goes off the bridge into the water. How do you save your family? What are the steps that you're taking in the car?
Well, first off, there's two things that you can do to break the windows. One, the back of that pocket knife,
Mm-hmm.
or two, you can take off your headrest and use it to break out the windows.
See, I saw that too. I saw that on like a Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
But you have to have one of. Not all cars can do that though. I don't think all of them can.
Most can. I haven't really been in a vehicle where the headrest don't pop off.
Okay.
Mine does it. I mean, Nicole's does it. No, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I understand that.
So how are you getting everybody out of the car? Who are you? You have the pocket knife. Like, who are you cutting out their seat? How are you getting the kids out in order? What are you gonna do?
Well, it depends on how fast it's filling up. If it's filling up too quick, then I gotta bust the window and then start to pop the seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not filling up real fast and it's kind of sinking slowly, then I can bust out the seats first and then bust out the windows and help everyone escape. Well, I'm taking the kids. She got to fend for herself. She's gonna be all right. I'll help her, but the kids is my main priority.
Okay. I was gonna say, what is it? The whole pressure inside the car needs to match outside of the car. Or you can, I mean, if the car's already going down, it's already underneath the water, but the car's not filled up. Can you still bust the windows out, or is it not that you can't bust the windows out?
I would assume, especially, I don't know how yours is, but mine has that like real sharp piece. That's what that's for. But
because I couldn't remember if they were
I would
saying,
assume that you would be able to do it regardless because the what you call them sharp enough. But if it wasn't, I don't know. But you know, as soon as you bust that window,
all the water's rushing.
yeah.
in. So you gotta have.
So you have to wait a second because you're not going to be able to go out instantly.
So that's what I was saying. So you have to make sure that you have the seat belts cut before you bust the windows.
See, that's why I was saying it depends on how fast. Because if you think about it, if you busted the seatbelts too early and that shit starts flooding in, it could push the kids out.
True. It's true. It could.
And then you're sitting
I
there
didn't think about
chasing them
that.
kids.
I didn't think
And
about that.
fucking chasing more than one is a damn difficult task.
You're
Because
right.
you still got to fight currents and everything else. Which is all the more reason why this scenario I hate. Because you know I hate boats.
I do too.
Nigga, we came over in ships. I don't fuck with
I'm right-
ships.
I'm right
I don't
there
wear
with you.
no chains. I don't want to be no slave. I'm not about that life.
I'm fine with necklaces.
No, it's a chain, nigga.
I'm fine with the chains, necklaces, whatever. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's that down south in you. Used to be in chain. Not me. I'm too light skinned for that shit.
Maryland was a slave state. What are you talking about?
Oh, I
MB
know.
boys.
I know. Wait. I'm just
Maryland
making
was a
jokes.
slave state.
I'm just
So
making- I'm
you
just
was
making
right there
jokes.
too.
Hey, look. You saw that ancestry.
You might not have been
My
outside,
great-
but you
my
might not have been
great-
outside, but you was shortly
Hey,
in there
listen,
rubbing master's
listen.
feet.
Listen, my great-great-grandfather owned my great-grandfather.
You may not have been out there with me picking, but you was surely in there rubbing the feet.
Man, you know I be acting too. I
preparing
be
to-
acting too black. You know damn well it'd be like, nah. That little, get him outside. He needs a big, nah. He don't act like y'all.
I don't trust him around the silver.
Ironically, I'm not a thief. I'm an asshole, but I'm not a thief. It's crazy how you get like certain traits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thief's not me. The thief is the other brother.
Yeah.
That's the thief. That's the nigga that's gonna steal everything and smile in your face while he's doing it.
For sure. For sure.
That's the thief. Well, actually, we got two of them now.
Yeah, you do have to.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it is we now.
yeah. We
have to.
Yeah, we part of this family. You thought you was just getting the good side? Huh?
Had many things taken. Even stuff that still had our name on it.
Try growing up with it.
I can only imagine
I
how
damn
that.
near shattered my wrist trying to kill him. Punched a pool table. Fuck this shit all up.
I tried to voice my opinion and give my words of encouragement to do the right thing. Fell on deaf ears. Like that's my famous saying. I'm gonna try to help you once, but if you're not gonna listen to me, I'm just gonna stop wasting my breath.
That's a waste of air.
Yeah.
He's neither. One used to be your friend.
Yeah, one did used to be my friend, and that was the one I tried to help.
That's the worst one.
That was the one.
That's the worst one. I never thought that I would say this. That's the worst one. Because that's the one you never saw coming. The other one we always knew was a piece of shit.
Yeah, this is true.
We always knew that. So
I
we
learned-
never. The
I learned that
expectations
one.
were here. It's like the expectations with that one was here. We thought he was gonna be normal
Yeah.
like us. We were like, yeah, he's the piece of shit.
I
You
knew
know?
he was a piece of shit in high school.
It
Yes.
took you to high school to learn that.
Well, that's the first time I really had an interaction with him.
Well, touche.
Like I knew
Since
of
second
him.
grade, he was in fucking correctional schools.
I was gonna say because I knew
Yeah.
of him, I just didn't know him.
Oh yeah, he's a special breed of piece of shit. 3 years old, wrecked a car into the house.
Wait,
That's when I knew.
3?
Yeah, he was 3 when he jumped in the front seat, turned the car, fucking put the shit in drive with us sitting in the fucking car. This nigga drove the car into the house.
This is the first time I heard that story.
Really?
This is the first time I heard that story. Okay, wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, that my mom's back, that deck,
Yeah,
that joint's been remodeled like so many times. That's why she took it down as small as it was. It used to be bigger. That joint used to literally set at the edge of the house where you go into the back door.
mm-hmm.
That was all deck right there.
Damn.
That nigga drove the car, crashed into the house, took the whole fucking deck out. And then my dad rebuilt the whole fucking thing, and then later it got fucked up again. It got rebuilt again, and then it got fucked up again, and then finally I guess she was like, fuck it, I'm taking it down to this.
That's crazy.
It used to be a whole big ass deck. Like, we used to have, the kids used to have like a swimming pool and their little toys on. It was a big ass deck.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it used to be my great grandparents' house before they got the house up on the hill. Why do you think?
Well, I mean,
doesn't
I
it seem
I
like we
knew-
own that whole
Yeah.
side of the road?
No, I knew that part, but I didn't know that there was the whole thing about him taking out the deck.
3 years old.
Didn't know that.
Ironically, guess what kind of car it was? A Buick
Buick.
station wagon.
I'm gonna say it had to be something big
Blue
and tough to take
Buick
out a whole
station
deck that big.
National Lampoon Summer Vacation. You ever seen that? I don't think you have because it's a little too old for you. But we had one of them. What are they called? The Oswalds or whatever. We had one of those station wagons. That little nigga took the whole fucking deck out.
That's crazy.
You know who got blamed?
You?
Yep. Why weren't you watching your brother?
It's always on you.
I'm like, yo, I wasn't the only one in here.
It's always on
There's,
the older.
but it was like it was like literally 6 other people in that car. This nigga
You
jumped.
were the oldest.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
Nah, I wasn't
Oh,
the
that's right.
oldest.
Yeah.
But he literally went from the back in the trunk, climbed all the way up to the front.
Oh, he was on a mission.
He knew what he was doing.
He was on a mission.
He knew what he was doing. Did that joint that quick. Put the key in, turn the key over, pull it down, bang, we hit the house. I never forget it because I got beat like a. I didn't even get to go to school that day. And she didn't want the shit to get turned in, so I had to sit at home. Beat the hell up. Fucking beat so bad I couldn't sit down. Still not as bad as the day she hit with the fucking staple gun.
Yeah, I remember hearing that story. I remember hearing that one.
Shit. That's why I said, like, when people be like, yo, you act like you ain't afraid of nothing. What the fuck am I supposed to be afraid of?
Exactly.
My mother tried to take my life plenty of times. She didn't take it, so I'm supposed to be here. Unfortunately, I'm supposed to be here until I'm not here.
Anyways, let's try to spin away from this and lighten the mood up. I mean, let's just take that anger and redirect it somewhere else. As soon as I ask you this question, I already know you're gonna be ready to go.
Okay.
Would you ever get into coaching again? Would you ever get in, let me be a little bit more specific. Would you ever get back into coaching for the middle school program again?
That we used to coach for?
Yes.
Never. Never.
But what if they were able to? What if they were willing to bend to a little bit of your requirements?
Are they paying me?
Okay, well, let me back up. What would those requirements be that you would want?
Are they paying me?
That's one of your requirements?
That's one of my requirements at this
Okay.
point. They have to pay me. They have to compensate me equal time.
What else?
They have to set the league up fair for everybody. It can't just be geared towards one cheating ass coach.
Okay.
And a certain someone is never allowed to ref again.
That's the one I was waiting for.
Never.
What if they can give you 2 of those 3?
I know the one that's not gonna be is the certain someone reffing. That's it. You don't have to tell me. I know that's what
I'm
it
about to
is.
say, he probably pay you before he says that he can't ref.
You know, I was offered to be paid.
That's why I said it. He probably paid you
I was
before.
offered to be paid. I didn't want it because he was sitting there talking about he paid someone else
Yeah.
prior to it. So why would he have a problem
Yeah.
paying me? And I said I don't want to be paid. Honestly, if he wanted to pay me, he could make food.
Oh,
That
that
was-
was amazing.
Yeah, that was my comp.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, now I think about it, I gotta hit him up for that.
For the food.
Yeah, without doubt, I'm gonna be like, yo, I know COVID hit you hard,
Oh,
but
he's been
like,
still been cooking. I ran into him at Walmart. No, not Walmart. Where were we at? We were somewhere in the mall. Ran into him there. Yeah, he was telling me something about him still cooking.
yeah, I know he is. Little greedy ass don't want to tell me so I can come get my grub on.
But no, I feel the same way. I don't, especially for that league. Before I even go back, I don't even. All right, I'm willing to overlook the cheating ass coach who try to skew everything in his favor.
Oh, he's gone now. His
Just-
kids are gone.
Yeah. But just saying, even if he were to be back, or if someone else comes in and steps in and takes that exact same role that he did, as long as we can get rid of that one ref, I'm cool with it. I go back because you already know how I get pissed off about. Well, both of us got pissed the hell off. I almost got you kicked out of the game because I got pissed off and almost got a technical. But the safety of the kids comes first. And the way that he refs, that goes completely out the window.
Well, see, that's what I think the problem is. The problem is that he doesn't understand because he's not mature enough. He doesn't
He's
understand.
definitely not mature enough.
He doesn't understand that, like, how he dictates things matters. Because based off of how he's going to sit here and call the game is going to depend on if Kid A is going to get a bloody nose that won't stop leaking. Or Kid B is going to have their foot injured because someone's purposely stepping on their foot every time they're going to jump. Or kid C is gonna get called for a rule that wasn't supposed to be called yet because you're being petty and tacky because you're sick of seeing certain individuals win.
Exactly.
But what they don't see is the time that you put in with the kids outside of the practice time.
We put in a lot of work with those kids.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot.
That was the issue, because we were putting in that time with the kids, time that they claimed they couldn't put in, but then the certain other kids was getting coached on 2 different teams
With our plays.
Well, I wasn't gonna say all that, but yeah.
No, you can't leave that part out. With our plays.
I mean, to be fair,
We changed the league.
we changed
the league.
we did, but to be fair, the plays that we were running were basic.
Because
It's
that's
just-
exactly what those kids needed.
All those kids needed.
We
though.
we could not go out there and teach those kids. We could try to attempt to teach them a motion offense, some type of,
But you
2-3
have to make
zone
it
beater.
so basic.
but we literally would have just been banging our head up against the wall, telling them the same thing. We were already saying the same thing over with the basic offense that we just created for them. Literally out of the blue, just like, because initially we went
Well,
in.
to be fair, there was at least 3 of the kids on that team that got it.
The first team?
Yeah, the first team.
Okay, yeah.
Cause let's keep it real. Noah, LJ.
and Justin.
Yeah, those 3 got it like that, and then
Yeah.
they were teaching the others.
Got our offense that we created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
But
got it
that's what I'm
like
saying,
that, and then they were teaching
because
the
initially
others.
when we first came, said that we were going to coach, we wanted to come in there and say, okay, we're going to teach them motion. We're going to teach them motion 1, 2, all this other stuff they're going to teach them.
Shit.
And we got out there with them on the court. We're like, ain't no way in hell we're going to be able to teach these kids this. Like, we literally had.
But technically, we did. We just taught them a simplified version.
we did like we extremely watered down version of it.
But the problem is, you don't have enough time.
Yeah, because we only had like 2 hours, or was it an hour and a half, 2 hours? Well, it was.
We got an hour.
I thought it was an hour and a half.
It was an hour.
What? No, what?
It was an
One,
hour.
no, because we coached them twice. It was twice a week that we had practice.
Oh, so you're combining.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was twice a week we had practice.
2 hours.
Wasn't it the second practice was longer?
No.
There was that one
No.
practice.
It was one practice. We got. Oh yeah, that was what
Yeah.
they complained about too, because nobody wanted that time slot with us. Because
Yeah.
remember before,
Yeah.
we
Because it was
had
the girls,
one practice.
we practiced after the girls. did,
No, we
right?
practiced at the same time as the girls.
Yeah, that's what
And
it
then the
was.
one practice, nobody wanted that time because it was late. So we were the only ones who'd have that time.
So we had to.
And then that was when douchebag coach decided he was gonna flip to that time so he could be in the gym at the same time as us.
Yeah, he sat there and watched what we were doing. And everything.
Yeah,
else.
instead of even coaching his kids. Yeah. I mean, it's not like that's the thing that made me the maddest about that, because that individual that ran the league knew that was the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care.
No.
As long as he got the money, that was all he worried about.
And that's like one of those lessons that I learned later on, like after I graduated high school. I went to like Hargrave to the military academy to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Like sports are just a straight up business, and just like as you go to like the lower levels, that's when things are fun. It's literally the adults that just ruin the things. The adults that are in there to teach the kids, but they're doing it for like the wrong reasons or whatever.
Because they're trying to live through the kids.
Exactly.
They're not trying to teach the kids.
They're trying to relive their glory days instead of trying to help teach them to be better players.
That's just the thing. That coach, you know that coach couldn't do shit.
No.
He doesn't even know about the sport.
That's the crazy thing about it, because even you remember when we first went in there, like at first we were teaching the kids how to run the offense, but they weren't picking up on it. So we literally started playing with them in our practices, and the next thing you know, a couple weeks down the road, we turn around, we're walking in before our practice, we see other coaches running around like, y'all weren't doing that with your kids before. Y'all saw us doing that. He said, oh, let's start doing what they do. It's working for them. Their team is undefeated right now. They're running practices with their kids.
I mean, but that's because we understood that every kid learns differently.
Exactly. Running 7-on-2 with them, 7-on-3 when you would invite your friend over to come play with us too. Like they weren't doing any of this stuff that we were doing before.
But I mean, that's like everything else though. Like that ties back into what we're doing now. Like, for some people, they'll be like, "Oh, they're just riding this wave or trying to ride this wave, yada yada yada." But you know that, like, for somebody like me, I've been doing this since 2014. This isn't anything different for me. And then you, low key, have been doing this since, when did we all live out here?
That was.
Cause that was when, like, you would come through, and then I'd be, excuse me, I'd be streaming, but
yeah,
you wouldn't get in the streams and shit. Kendall and Artie would, but you would
get in the streams every. No, I would.
Barely.
I got into
You
the
got
streams
in
'cause
maybe.
I was working up the street.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
When I hop in, I wouldn't be in there for long, but I would be in there. I write a little message if you, and sometimes.
I wasn't talking about that. I'm not talking about you joining it. You would be in there talking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about actually getting into the stream, like
Gotcha.
like this whole the video part of it.
Yeah.
Cause like sometimes, not seeing you, but like if other people came over, they would just be like, and I'm just like, well, I'm streaming. You came through.
Exactly.
And then like they would sit like off camera and they be talking to me, but like it'd be annoying because I like have to mute the mic while they're talking.
Yeah, that's.
But it wasn't y'all. It was like, and I'm not even gonna say these people's names because it was only 2 individuals, and I like kind of cut them out. I haven't chilled with them in years. Cause I mean, honestly, I look at it like this. All right, so the reason why we get along so well is because you've always supported me in what I've done, and I support you in what you do. Mm-hmm. It's a great relationship. Same thing with, I can even say the same about Kendall, even though you know how that relationship is.
Yeah.
You know, Kendall will still pop in the stream. Artie would pop in the stream.
For sure.
Y'all would. There's other individuals that have literally hated on me streaming the whole time.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like the whole time, every step of the way, it's been hate.
Because not everybody sees it the same way. They just see, like, a lot of people have it in the mind where they see, like, the end product. They don't see the grind that you have to do to get there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, if you're not already close to or at that end goal, they just see, like, why are you sitting here wasting your time? You could be doing something else. This isn't even doing anything for you.
But my biggest issue with it is like, they want to use your platform to push their product, but they don't want to support you.
Yeah.
They want to use you for everything that they can because they're a user.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about because they try to use you as well.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's part of the reason why I stopped helping out with that situation, because I mean, found out that he was going to other people more than me. Only with, like, I was like the last resort when all doesn't work.
You mean when I wouldn't?
Yeah.
Because with me, he wouldn't have to pay, but then with other people, he'd have to pay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm hip. You could have said that.
I didn't, but I didn't want to. That's more.
What, did you feel like you was throwing a little shade at me?
I did.
I wouldn't necessarily call it shade. That's the truth. That's the difference. If it's the truth, I'm not gonna get mad about it. When you called me out, I only got salty because I wasn't expecting it. I was really caught off guard. Like, dead ass. I was caught off guard because I was like,
I know you were.
Why did you wait all this time? And that's when I said what I said. That's why I was being spiteful and delightful. I was like, yo, it's like this nigga. You finally saw the video. And you're like, oh no, I've been seeing the video. Like, oh yeah, nah. I'm a poke. Because you poke, I'm a poke.
You know how I am. I'll hold things in until it gets to that point, then I'll let it loose.
But see, that's the problem. You can't do that.
I know. But hey, that's
at least
old
with
habits
me.
die hard.
At least with me.
Old habits die hard.
When you feel some type of way, you need to express it.
Old habits die hard.
Yo,
I'm working on it though. I'm working on it.
If we don't express it, I mean, how am I supposed to know?
True.
You can't fault me for not knowing when you didn't say nothing. You gotta say something because you never know. I might have felt the same way. And yet, in my video, I said what I said, and I'm not gonna take it back. It's out there. You know, I stand on how it is, but
that's why I appreciate you, because I haven't even told you this yet. You remember when I was first starting out with my YouTube stuff? I was talking about all the stuff I was doing. I'm like, Sean's like, yo, look, I just got a new subscriber. I'm up to 76 now.
Yeah.
And I asked you what you thought about it. You said, yeah, your gameplay is nice, but your commentary, I'm not gonna lie, it's dry. I was like, no, this nigga didn't just call my commentary dry. He just taking shots at me. But no, at the same time, I looked back at it. I was like, he's right. Like my
I
commentary
wasn't
is
saying.
you
Let's
weren't-
keep
you
it
weren't
100.
You weren't saying
I
that from an
wasn't
area
saying
being
it.
spiteful, just like trying to hate on me. Like
No, I
you're
was
helping
saying
me
it
grow,
like-
with growth.
That was my whole point.
And
Because the thing about it is if you grow, it's the same thing as me growing because we're family. Like
Exactly.
I'm always gonna look out for your best interest. Just the same thing with like my brother.
Exactly.
When I hit him up about the joint, it's not just about me. It's about all of us. Because at the same time, I'm gonna try and push exposure for him. At the same time, I want to push exposure for you and myself.
No,
There's
I see
enough room for all of us to grind together. If we all come up together, then we all good. We all can eat. I hate the people that think that they're the only ones that's supposed to eat. That's why, like, if we're gonna keep it real, that's why I don't like being a part of groups anymore. Like, I want to stay to myself.
I get it.
I don't. You notice that my lifestyle has changed. I used to be the type of person where like I'll go and hang out with a bunch of people or whatever. Now I don't. I keep my shit to myself. I just stay to myself.
That's
I'll come and
always
chill
the
with y'all. But honestly, outside of that, well, honestly, I'm only chilling with family. I don't chill with no friends like that because I feel like when I went through it, none of them was there. So why should I waste my time? Like every now and then I see him, it's cool. Like every now and then they say what's up, chill, whatever. But I'm not wasting my time with it. Something like this, I enjoy this. This is like me getting to express myself, me getting to have fun. And if they decide to support this, then I'll fuck with them. But if they can't support me and what I'm doing, why should I give a fuck about them?
True.
And that's how I feel with you. Like when I said that to you, I know what I was saying.
Yeah.
I knew that
I'm
it was,
not-
but
I
I
do
knew
not-
that it was gonna trigger you to the point where you would go back
Exactly.
and then you would see what I was talking about.
And that's exactly what it did. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it stung. I was like, this nigga really just said that. I like took it, I was like, man, fuck Justin for saying that. But then I looked back, I was like, no, he was right. Like my commentary is kind of dry. Like I'm literally just basically repeating myself over and over again. I was like, nah, I
And
need
you
to
already
change
have
things
like
up.
a monotone voice,
Yeah.
so it's like it's good because you have a great voice for YouTube. But the problem is that everybody can have that voice. You have to bring something extra.
Different. It has to be different.
Yeah.
It can't be the same. So, like I said, I appreciate what you said, and I try to make the change.
But
I feel like I
wasn't-
have, but I still.
No,
feel like
it's a lot
little-
better.
It is, but I still think it's a little dry. I feel like I need to do a little bit more, so I'm still working on it.
You kind of have to fake the excitement some.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate to
that's
say it
exactly
like
what I was
that.
getting at.
I hate to say it like that, but that's where it comes from. Like, sometimes you gotta be extra. You gotta be like, ah. Even though you're feeling like, yo, you know, like, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You gotta be extra with it because that's what people want to go back and watch. They want high energy.
Yeah.
It's just like I told my brother with the music. Excuse me. Ooh, shit.
That can't
Until-
be dry.
Yeah, it always gets me. But until you really make it and your fan base knows what to expect from you, you have to always bring energy. You never know what song's gonna pop. On every track you make, you have to have energy. Just like you heard him say it when we were talking. You heard me. I'm calling out stuff on his joint.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because you called out the same shit that I said. You were like, oh, the snares was too loud. It was hard to hear you.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. I said, the problem is that you're hearing this in your studio. You got to go and hear this in your car. Then you got to go and hear it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when I made videos and stuff like that, I'm listening to it on different apps. I'm listening to it on different devices. I'm going in my car and listening to it because you never know where somebody's going to listen to it.
Yeah, because
So
you
that-
told me about the feedback that my mic was giving off too when I was recording that one. He was like, yeah, I could hear you, but listen what it sounds like from my end. And I had to find a way to make that change.
But I'm only telling you so you correct it so you get better. Because that's one thing that I feel like I wish that I would get more of. It sucks because it's like, it's weird because it's one of those things where like people will hit you up and they'll say shit to you, but they don't want to say it so other people can see it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, hey man, your video was great. I liked it. No feedback. I never get feedback on my shit. And when I do, it's people are like, oh man, that was good. I like this and this. But what did you not like? I want to know what you don't like so I can make it better.
Yeah.
I don't know how to change my shit because I'm not getting feedback. Like, the closest thing that I get to feedback would probably be from you or LJ. And that's why I came back to making content. If it wouldn't have been for y'all, I could give a shit less about all the other people that say shit to me about making content. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, there's a lot of good people that will say shit to me, like my boy Dub or Perry or people like that, about, oh, when you gonna make more, my boy J-Way. Like, those people, yeah, I hear them, but I don't hear them.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, it's like, I fuck with them, but it's not as personal as, like, y'all. Like, I can kind of ignore making the content, but when it's y'all, I can't escape y'all. Like, with them, I can hide.
Yeah.
With
Like
y'all are here. Like, it hurt me. It didn't hurt me so much when you said it. It hurt me when LJ said it. When he said it, it was like somebody just took a knife and just cut me. He is like, Dad, you ain't made no content. When are you going to make content? Why aren't you making content?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? I'm sitting here like, who are you to, what? Like, I stopped making content so I could spend more time with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was taken away from them. And they're just like,
I told you, try to find a way to bring them in there. Because, I mean, a lot
they
of people,
don't want to be a part of it.
I mean, all the games that LJ plays, I'm sure he, like, there's
Oh my god.
gotta be some kind of...
He don't like to be on camera.
See, this is why I wish LJ was playing Call of Duty when I was playing it.
LJ's nice.
I know he is.
His game footage, like, I told him, I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna start just stealing your game footage and putting it up. And he's like, I don't care. He's got sick ass game footage and he don't put it out. And then the girls is funny as shit. They could be on the joint.
I mean, shoot, y'all can even just get like a Nintendo Switch or something and just do like a family night game night shit.
We already have it.
Family night game night stuff.
We have two
Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart.
We have two handheld switches, and then LJ has a regular switch that goes up on the thing.
Hell, I even come over and start playing some shit like that.
See, that's the thing. That sounds good, right?
It does.
These little motherfuckers don't want to do it. They do not.
They're scared of competition.
I don't even think it's about competition. I think it's more so they don't want to be on camera. And if there was no camera involved, they'd be fine with it. Which, to be fair, the camera could be on me the whole time. They could be out of the scene.
Yeah.
But I still don't. It's tough, man. It's really tough because getting them to do it is just difficult. You'll find out when yours get older.
I'm
It'll
sure I
get to
will.
the point where it's like,
Hey, but I don't know, cause mine even right now, they like, cause I mean, you know, they're young, they're into the whole pretend stuff. That's like, cause I always go into the laundry room to record my stuff, to like edit my videos and stuff. They even do their pretend. It's like, oh, you can't bother me right now. I'm editing my video. Leave me alone. I'm editing my video. I'll be out in a second.
they do that now?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I was like, I don't know. Maybe me doing all this stuff, it'll rub off on them, and they'll actually want to be content creators of their own.
I mean,
Low key, I should already be doing it with them with all the damn toys that they get for Christmas and their birthday and stuff. Let them do their own unboxing stuff. Let them sit there and play with it. But I don't know. It's just
I told you got golden footage. You
I
just
do.
gotta- You just gotta use
It's
it.
just I gotta get through my own head, just like, cause I don't know. You might think the same way I do. I mean, it's kind of selfish, but at the same time, I feel like it's coming from a reasonable point. Like, I'm already making content on my own. Like, it's just adding
Why
even
put
more.
your kids out there?
Yeah, it's even adding more on the plate, and then you gotta worry about like, I
The
don't want to deal.
pedophiles.
Exactly, I don't want to deal with all the crazies and all that stuff. Like,
Honestly, that's what the girls' biggest issue is.
yeah, because I mean,
They-
I was even watching the video. Like, there's this one YouTuber. What's his name? I used to watch this stuff all the time, and then he just straight stopped posting stuff. And then he ended up coming back like a couple months ago, talked about what was going on. Like, that his family had like this crazy ass stalker that was like legit like stalking them, knew their house, knew it was like to the point that dude was like setting off their car alarms, changing like addresses and stuff on like important documents and stuff for them. Like, it was some like scary next level shit. Like, I never heard of it like that before. I'm just like,
Well,
do I want to
mean,
put my family out here on this platform? Because I mean, I'm opening myself up to people like that. At least when I'm doing gaming stuff, there's only but so much that people can.
No.
I don't feel like it's gonna be
Gaming.
that
Gaming. I mean, I'm not saying that.
It's not to the level where I'm putting my life
different,
out there, because I think a lot of his stuff, like if it's like around Christmas time and they're going out on vacation, they're shooting something for Christmas. It's going out like the next day, so whoever's watching them or whatever, they already know that he's not even in town.
I'm about to hit that. Yeah, but see, that's why. And I know it sounds funny, but I always tell you when you record, don't put it out. Don't put it out immediately because you never know what the fuck you're gonna be dealing with.
So I mean, at least with like the game and stuff, like I can have stuff like stacked up or whatever, and just is rolling out. It looks like I'm constantly putting stuff out, but maybe I'm out of town this day, but I still got content coming out. Maybe thinking, he's still at home. He just played this game or whatever. So I don't know.
That reminds me of the time the girl was gonna fucking rob us until she found out I was home.
See, yeah, and that's just some shit I just don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Like I would really rather no.
I mean, I understand it completely. I would honestly, stick with doing what you're doing because it's a safer bet. It really is. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. If your shit pops, then you're still gonna be dealing with that.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. It's just about limiting people's access. Like, there's nothing wrong with putting your kids up on the thing. It's just about limiting their access. Mm-hmm. The people that, like, if you were constantly vlogging them every day, then I would have to say to you, like, yo, you're fucking up. You can't be doing that. But, like, doing, like, little shit like unboxings and shit like that.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just
the
worst thing. Well, I don't want to say it's probably like one of the only worst things that you gotta worry about is like the comment section, all the crazy stuff people would be saying. But still, at that time, you can.
You can ignore that.
Exactly,
shit.
You can ignore it, or you can set it up to certain words are detected. That comment doesn't get posted and all the other stuff. So
yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like this. For anybody who's trying to get into the streaming game, it's more so about staying consistent. As long as you can stay consistent, everything will. Like I told you, when you started out, I was like, it's not about like the content that you're making. It's about always making content because you're gonna constantly get better. The more you do something, the better you get at it. If you go back and look at your first videos, they suck compared to your videos now.
I did that once. I'm like, I'm not going back to look at these ever again. These are fucking trash.
You have to,
terrible.
But see, it comes from humble beginnings, though.
Because if you look at it, like,
no,
they still pull views. I'm just like, what are y'all watching this for? Like, this is terrible. Because I told you the very first one that I ever did, like the top 10 plays that I made, literally recorded that shit. I played it on the game, had it recorded. I'm literally on my phone recording it, editing it on my phone. And I put it up. That shit was ugly. Couple years later, I think it's like over like 200 views now. I'm like, why are people still watching this? Why?
I mean, the when I went to the Hooters in Virginia with a couple of my friends, that's my most watched video. Which, I mean, I understand. The chick did a cartwheel for no reason. Like, this is the type of shit. I'm glad that I caught this on camera because this is the type of shit that I see all the time. Like, crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, why is it that people just feel so welcomed with me that they do crazy shit?
That's a good question.
I don't know what it is. Like, it's been a lot of instances where it's like, I feel like now that I'm married and I have my ring on, I deal with more bullshit than what I ever did before. Extra bullshit. Like, and it's obvious extra bullshit, if you get what I'm saying.
It could be, I'm saying, it could be just women just trying to
test my limits.
Test it just to see if they like the challenge.
If
I really wanted him, could I take him?
No. I'm at this point. I have my wife and my baby moms that I deal with. I don't want any other women in my life. I basically got side chicks because the baby moms are so damn needy and It's always something. One or the other. It's always something.
I'm too lazy for the juggling act.
No.
I got to the point in my life where I'm just more like, you know what?
You're
I like-
content and you're happy.
I like my life how it is. I wake up in the morning, get myself ready for work, go to work, come home, got my kids, got my wife, got my game system.
You're
And
content.
I'm perfectly fine with just
You're
doing that whole
happy.
thing.
Why fuck that?
Exactly.
No, I'm
Like,
right there with you. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why would I want to add any more stress to my life?
exactly.
My wife don't bring me that stress. That stress comes from outside. So why would I want to? So why would I want to add another headache to the like?
Work stresses you out enough. Why add something else to the mix just to throw things off?
I swear, it works like the mistress.
Work gets me too. This last week, like I said, man, I need these parents to discipline their kids more.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's not.
You already know that's not gonna happen because they feel like their kids are infallible.
When you got a kindergartner that's telling you what he's going to do and what he's not going to do, that's where you just like, you know what? You're going to grow up to be a little asshole. And
I was at kindergarten.
you're going to grow up to be a Justin.
You just start saying that you're gonna grow up to be a Justin, and then he's gonna look at you like, "What's a Justin? That kid? No, you haven't met him yet. But when you do, he'll change your life."
Oh man, appreciate y'all checking out the episode 3 of the MD Bros podcast. I know y'all noticed that little jump cut. We went a little further south than we anticipated, but it's all good. Appreciate y'all for checking us out. Make sure y'all leave a like if y'all enjoyed, subscribe, and even leave a comment on. Love to hear y'all's feedback on what you all thought about what's going on.
Whether good or bad, bitches.
For sure. Especially let me know what you all thought about the whole in the car over a bridge incident. Like, what would y'all do? Who would you save first? All right, man. Later.
Deuces, hoes.
I know. I'm gonna sit down and make sure it's good from where I'm at too.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. My bad. I'll shut the fuck up. You right.
Thank you, nigga. Check one.
Sound check. Tires are still black and ugly.
Check.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Justin's a nigga.
For life.